A U.S. Marine from northern Indiana was killed in Afghanistan, and tonight the ABC 7i team has learned that defense officials are investigating whether Lance Corporal Josh Birchfield was shot to death by private security contractors hired by the U.S. government. Good evening. Birchfield's fellow Marines say those Afghan guards were high on opium at the time.
Joshua Birchfield was from Westville. He was buried in Porter County over the weekend. ABC 7 investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy joins us now with exclusive details on the Pentagon's probe into his death. Chuck?
Cheryl, Ron, 24-year-old Josh Birchfield was on routine patrol in the Helmand province of southern Afghanistan when he was shot in the head. The Defense Department said only that Birchfield was killed while supporting combat operations. In emails, Birchfield's fellow Marines said he was actually killed by private guards hired to protect a road paving project, guards who had been using opium, the cash crop of that province, and guards paid by the Pentagon. When the remains of Josh Birchfield were returned to the United States following his death February 19th, his father in LaPorte County, Indiana, was told only that his son had been killed in combat.
My father instilled a lot in Josh about the Marine Corps, and I know I am proud to have a son that is a United States Marine.
According to some of the men who served with Lance Corporal Birchfield and held this battlefield memorial for him, the enemy that took Birchfield's life was closer than anyone knew. He was killed by American-hired Afghan security contractors, said one of Birchfield's colleagues in an email, contractors who were high on opium the morning of the 19th. In Westville, Indiana last weekend, people lined the streets to pay their respects, while NATO investigators overseas were trying to determine exactly how he was killed. Pentagon spokesman Jeff Morrell providing the I-Team with the first detailed statement on the Marine killing, telling us 7 contracted security guards were detained after the incident, and that investigators confiscated weapons and drugs from the guards' compound, including 9 machine guns, rocket-propelled grenade equipment, 1,000 rounds of ammunition, and a 5-ounce bag of opium. This email from a soldier who says he was at the scene of Birchfield's death writes, "Since the guards are ordinary Afghanis, they are subject to corruption and play both sides of the fence between the U.S. military and the local Taliban. They are also drug abusers. The shooter was found to have copious amounts of wet opium on him shortly after the shooting." Pentagon spokesman says the contractors have been questioned by U.S. military police. It's unclear if all or any of the 7 are still in custody. Defense Department now says a full investigation continues with the provincial Afghan governor in the loop. Birchfield was described in one of the emails to me from Afghanistan as the glue that held his squad together, a constant moral booster and a fierce Marine, and that he was the victim of a mix of drugs and gray areas of loyalty between U.S. forces and the Taliban, none of which takes away from the courageous service of a young soldier. Ron, Cheryl.
Thanks, Chuck.